Hi, everybody. My name is Mark Epstein, and I'm here with my good old friend Krishna to present the Insight and Impact Award to our old friend Sharon Salzberg. We're going to hand this to her in a couple of minutes. Sharon was already 21 when I first met her, and she had already had the most intensive, deep experiences in meditation that one could ever hope for. When I met her, she was teaching already with Joseph Goldstein, but she refused for 2 years to give a Dharma talk. It wasn't until several years later that she began to speak.
She spoke, but not Dharma talk.
She began to speak Dharma. Since then, she hasn't stopped. Over the years, I've gotten to see her flourish and really become the person that all of us love. Her teachings have been incredible. When she came to New York, which must have been about 20 years ago or so, I began to refer my patients, I'm a psychiatrist, I began to refer my patients and my friends to her at Tibet House. And she began to teach Dharma, to teach meditation, to teach Buddhism at Tibet House. And she's become an institution there and now around the world. When her book Faith came out in the year 2002, right after 9/11, it was hailed as a masterpiece. Her publisher asked me to write a few words for the book when it came out, and I wrote the following words: tender, touching, and tough, Sharon Salzberg's faith is also achingly beautiful.
Sharon and I were co-leading a retreat once, and a woman in the audience said, "Sharon, you've been meditating for so long. What has it done for you?" Now, you got to understand, when I heard this, I went and I just watched her, because I've known Sharon for so long, I've never heard her say anything about herself. You like that? So finally, she was quiet for a while, and then she said, "Well, I guess you could say there's a gladness of heart." A gladness of heart. She didn't say, "I feel this." This is a being that whose life is not centered around themselves. I've known her for so long, and all I see is her caring for other people, helping people out of difficult situations, outside and inside, 24/7. There's nobody who texts Dharma faster than Sharon. So, if there's one person that I know that really personifies compassion and kindness, it's Sharon. So, thank you for being.
Wow. Thank you. So beautiful. Wow. Wow. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God. Now I have to speak. That was so beautiful. Thank you. I met Krishna when I was 18 in, well, I won't tell you what year. And it's quite some time ago. It was my very first meditation retreat. And I met Mark when I first began teaching, which was just a few years later, so we really do go back a long way. So it's really amazing to be here. Thank you all so much. The other night, I was doing a program at the Rubin Museum. See Donald and Shelley here somewhere. And I was doing a program with climate activist Tim DeChristopher, whom I'd never met before. And he said at one point, things are getting so much better and so much worse. And here we are, trying to navigate the rapidly accelerating changes that are going on in each direction. So much possibility and so much hope and so much devastation. So that really came to me tonight, being here. I was on my device. There's a reason why I text all the time, because I'm always on. To the minute I walked in the door here reading about Paris. And then I walked in, and it was like walking into a sea of love. So I thought, here we are. And as Tim was speaking the other night, we had never met, so I didn't really know what to prepare. I was mostly responding to what he was saying. And he would speak, and I heard myself say whatever I said, and then I said, and that means we really need one another. It's a really good thing we have one another. Then he would speak, and I would respond, and I said, that's why we need one another so much. And then I thought, I think I just said that a minute ago. And then he would go on, and I went on, and I said it again, and I thought, I'm saying the same thing. It's like this refrain, and it's what means the most. We really do need one another, and we are so lucky to have one another as the one another continually expands and includes more and more beings, and we go forward together. So that has been a really prominent feeling for me here. And I want to especially thank the Garrison Institute, which, just as Mark has said, there are various places which have really been places where I could teach and manifest in different ways. Well, the Garrison Institute has really been a pioneer and has helped bring me awareness of so many different kinds of people and the chance to learn from them and offer whatever skills I have to them, from this long program we did for domestic violence shelter workers, which was really born in Deanna's mind and her really gracious heart, to international humanitarian aid workers, and to have that opportunity to reach people and to include rather than exclude. These are the people who are on the front lines of suffering in so many places, and they work so hard, and they're so unheralded and so uncelebrated in so many ways, and we need them very badly. And so to have that opportunity through the Garrison Institute has been a really priceless gift for me. So thank you.